So what do you think are the major performance indicators that actually we should assess to gauge the impact of the programs, and how can these metrics be effectively tracked?
Yeah, that's a very interesting question, because I'm not getting into those usual tracking indicators that we do, like what you just mentioned, how many people have got into the jobs, number of jobs created, a number of people joined. These are very, what you call as very straightforward indicators that any skill development program measures. But I think what we are missing the point is a little beyond that. What is actually skill acquisition has to be defined. Skill is not just the technical skill that we're talking about, but the skill that we're imparting on the beneficiaries in terms of their adaptability, in terms of their, what we call as skills of retention, what they have, the financials and the economic literacy, all that becomes a part of the skill acquisition program. It's not just the technical skill, and then I give them a plumbing training and they get placed into something. But rather as an overall metrics that has to be developed, maybe in the form of a question or something, what other skills have they acquired, which is going to keep them glued to the industry or keep them glued to the job. So that's one metrics that we definitely need to measure. And there is another measure that probably is being done sporadically, which is your employee satisfaction indicator. But rather the employer satisfaction, I mean to say, but then the employee satisfaction is not being followed up, because I do a project. My project is done as long as this person gets into the job. But what happens after that is not being followed up by a lot of programs, whether the person is ready to adapt, or whether the person is able to understand what the demands of the job is. So another metric that definitely needs to be added for a longer period of time is employee satisfaction per se. How satisfied this person is. Because it's a huge decision that the guy is taking. For example, if you're picking up somebody from a rural area, and this person is coming and working somewhere which is a completely new atmosphere for that person, how satisfied the person is something which we need to follow up as part of our metrics. And the last probably is more on the return on investment kind of metrics, which is important from a donor's perspective as well. So that probably right now is I invest so much on how many people have gone in, but rather there has to be a different way of looking at it to see what exactly has happened with my investment. What is the return in terms of the satisfaction level of the beneficiary? So it's kind of a little different way of looking at ROI, which definitely needs to be there in the skill development sector as well.